It's no wonder that flying is undoubtedly one of the most exciting experiences one could have. Apart from that, excitement not only comes in the air but in landing too. Yes, you heard it right. You could get a nervous feeling even when you land on some of the world's most terrifying runways. Here, we'll discuss the 15 most scary runaways in 2024. Let's dive. Beginning with number 15, Lukla Airport, Nepal. The chilling Tenzing Hillary Airport, also known as Lukla Airport, is one of the most terrifying airports in the world. It is the gateway to the Everest region. Despite its short runway, there are nearly 50 flights that take off and land here each day during peak climbing seasons. Nestled into the heart of the Himalayas, the runways are 500 meters long, and there's a 9,000-foot drop-off at the end of the runway. Hence, the pilots must possess superior control and flying skills since there's almost no room for error. The mesmerizing views and heart-stopping landing of this airport will surely blow your mind. Therefore, the danger makes it worth it. Besides, the food at the airport, its surroundings, and its hospitality, everything is enough to make it memorable for the rest of your life. In 2008, Lukla Airport was renamed Tenzing Hillary Airport, a tribute to the legendary duo Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay Sherpa, who first conquered Mount Everest. Despite its reputation as one of the world's most difficult airstrips, a significant number of flights happen between this remote Himalayan outpost and the capital Kathmandu each day. This busy activity underlines the airport's critical role as the gateway to Everest, attracting adventurers from around the globe. Additionally, the weather at this airport is very unpredictable. The cancellation of flights is very common. The high mountain ranges, thin air, and heavy clouds make a massive impact on the flights. Due to the absence of radar or navigational devices, pilots have to rely on what they can see from the cockpit. Next, number 14, Svalbard Airport, Norway. Svalbard Airport is the main airport serving Svalbard in Norway. It is the northernmost airport in the world with public scheduled flights. Far to the north, where the polar night meets the midnight sun, lies the single runway of Svalbard Airport, Longyear. Placed on the edge of the Arctic Circle, Svalbard Airport serves as the northernmost airport in the world with scheduled public flights. It is situated in the Norwegian archipelago of Svalbard and is the main hub for travelers and researchers. This eye-popping airport operates in one of the most intense environments on the plane and plays a crucial role in connecting Svalbard to mainland Norway and beyond. The construction began during the Second World War, and commercial flights began in 70s era. Nonetheless, the flights were limited due to the adverse weather conditions. The scenario has started to change since the dawn of the millennium. A considerable amount of increasing traffic was also visible during that period. Landing at this remote airport presents a massive challenge that tests the skills of pilots and the resilience of aircraft. Hence, it is one of the most frightening airports to navigate. During the winter period, very few flights occur due to the lack of sunlight. Apart from the sunlight, the difficult environment brings with it a range of weather phenomena, including blizzards, strong winds, and cold temperatures. Since the runway gets full of snow and ice, it needs consistent maintenance and de-icing to ensure the safety of airplanes. The winter is full of darkness and cold. Even in the summertime, the ray of light rarely comes. Yes, the amount of flights increases, but there is still fog, low-hanging clouds, and unpredictable wind patterns. As a result, pilots must possess exact navigational skills and a complete sense of landing tactics to defy the odds. Later, number 13. Madeira Airport, Portugal. Resided on the rocky coastline of Madeira Island, Madeira Airport is celebrated for its scenic beauty and innovative engineering amidst the uneven terrain of Madeira Island. It is currently known as Cristiano Ronaldo International Airport, widely known as one of the greatest footballers ever to grace this beautiful game. Despite its stunning location and strategic importance, landing at this airport presents unique challenges that require skillful piloting and specialized procedures. Madeira Airport is situated on Madeira Island, a Portuguese archipelago in the Atlantic Ocean. The island's mountainous terrain and cliffs pose huge challenges for aviation. The runway at Madeira Airport measures approximately 2,781 meters in length. It is enough for handling medium to large aircraft. What makes it challenging is its short usable length due to its location on the edge of the island. Pilots must execute precise maneuvers during approach and departure to fit the runway's unique layout and ensure safe operations. One of the primary challenges at Madeira Airport is the strong and unpredictable wind patterns caused by its nearness to the Atlantic Ocean and surrounding mountains. Crosswinds and noise are common, particularly during certain seasons, requiring pilots to maintain strict rules regarding wind limits and follow unique procedures for landing and takeoff. Besides, the airport's location also subjects it to occasional fog and low visibility, further complicating flight operations. Madeira Airport has implemented advanced safety measures and modern navigation systems to enhance operational safety and efficiency. These include runway lighting, instrument landing systems, and weather monitoring technologies to provide accurate real-time data to pilots. Continuous improvements in infrastructure and operational protocols ensure that Madeira Airport maintains high safety standards amidst its complex environment. Landing at Madeira Airport presents a unique blend of natural beauty and technical complexity for pilots and passengers alike. Its stunning location between the Atlantic Ocean and mountainous terrain requires careful planning, skillful execution, and adherence to strict safety protocols. Next, number 12. Gibraltar International Airport. Gibraltar International Airport is the civilian airport that serves the British Overseas Territory of Gibraltar. Gibraltar Airport was built in 1939 during the Second World War, constructed just south of the Spanish border. Before becoming an airport, the property was home to a horse racing circuit. The location and design present a set of distinctive challenges that make landing here a test of a pilot's skill and experience. Gibraltar International Airport is situated on a narrow isthmus connecting the Rock of Gibraltar to Spain. The runway, measuring 1,829 meters in length, extends from the western to the eastern coastline, with the Mediterranean Sea on one end and the Bay of Gibraltar on the other. Henceforth, this positioning provides limited space for maneuvering and requires precise landing techniques. One of the most striking features of Gibraltar Airport is that the runway intersects with Winston Churchill Avenue, the territory's busiest road. This road has to be closed to vehicular traffic each time an aircraft lands or takes off, a unique characteristic that adds a layer of complexity to airport operations. The short length of the runway further limits the margin for error, requiring pilots to make accurate and timely landings. Wind conditions at Gibraltar Airport can be unpredictable and challenging. The vicinity of the Rock of Gibraltar creates wind shear and roughness, especially when the wind direction changes abruptly. These conditions can make the approach and landing phases particularly demanding, requiring pilots to have advanced training in handling crosswinds and turbulence. The approach to Gibraltar Airport is constrained by both natural and man-made obstacles. Pilots must navigate around the Rock of Gibraltar, which rises to 426 meters, and avoid Spanish airspace, making the final approach smooth and carefully calculated. These limitations drive a high degree of precision and situational awareness from the flight crew. For passengers, landing at Gibraltar International Airport is an exhilarating experience. The landing offers stunning views of the Rock of Gibraltar, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Spanish coastline. However, it can also be a bit unnerving due to the proximity of the runway to the sea and the abrupt braking required upon landing. Despite the challenges, the airport's efficient operations and unique setting make it a memorable gateway to Gibraltar. Thereafter, number 11. Tioman Airport, Malaysia. Tioman Island, located off the east coast of peninsular Malaysia, is a tropical paradise renowned for its stunning beaches, lush rainforests, and vibrant marine life. However, reaching this perfect destination via Tioman Airport is no easy feat. The airport is known for its challenging approach and landing conditions, making it one of the most difficult airports for pilots. The runway at Tioman Airport is relatively short, measuring approximately 992 meters in length. This short runway limits the types of aircraft that can safely land and take off, generally restricting operations to smaller planes. Pilots must execute precise and controlled landings, often with minimal margin for error, to ensure they can stop within the available distance. Tioman Island's tropical climate means that weather conditions can change rapidly, adding to the difficulty of landing. Sudden rain showers, gusty winds, and reduced visibility due to mist or haze are common. The combination of these elements with the island's topography can create unpredictable wind patterns and turbulence, further challenging pilots during landing and takeoff. Landing at Tioman Airport requires specialized training and a high degree of piloting expertise. Pilots operating flights to and from Tioman often undergo additional training to familiarize themselves with the airport's unique approach and landing procedures. Airlines typically assign their most experienced pilots to these routes to ensure the highest level of safety. Despite the challenges, Tioman Airport maintains a strong safety record through strict safety measures and protocols. Regular maintenance of the runway and surrounding infrastructure ensures operational integrity. Additionally, pilots are provided with detailed approach charts and are often required to conduct visual inspections of the landing area before landing. Subsequently, number 10. Barra International Airport. Scotland Barra Airport is a short runway airport situated in the wide, shallow bay of Traich Mhor at the northern tip of the island of Barra in the Outer Hebrides, Scotland. The airport is unique, believed to be the only one in the world where scheduled flights use a tidal beach as the runway. The primary challenge at Barra Airport is the tidal schedule. Flights can only land and take off during low tide when the beach is exposed and firm enough to support aircraft. This requires precise timing and coordination, as pilots must ensure their approach and landing align with the narrow window of low tide. Missing this window can result in delays or deflections to other airports. Unlike traditional runways, the beach surface at Barra is not uniform. The firmness of the sand can vary, and wet conditions can create soft spots, making it tricky for pilots to fix the optimal landing approach. Barra Airport lacks advanced navigational aids typically found at larger airports. Pilots rely heavily on visual approaches and must be skilled in navigating by sight. The wooden poles marking the runways provide basic guidance, but landing largely depends on the pilot's ability to accurately judge distances and angles in real time. Another challenge at Barra Airport is the lack of runway lighting. Landings and takeoffs are restricted to daylight hours when visibility is sufficient. This limits the airport's operational hours and requires careful scheduling to ensure all flights occur during safe lighting conditions. The absence of lighting further marks the importance of precise timing with the tidal schedule. Upcoming number 9. Gisborne Airport, New Zealand. Gisborne Airport in New Zealand is renowned for its picturesque surroundings and unique operational characteristics. Situated on the eastern coast of New Zealand's North Island, this regional airport serves the city of Gisborne and the surrounding areas. While its beautiful coastal location is appealing, landing at Gisborne Airport is not without its challenges. It is located near the coastline, providing stunning views of the Pacific Ocean, upon approach. However, its vicinity to the coast also means that pilots must contend with unpredictable weather patterns and strong coastal winds. These winds can change direction and intensity rapidly, requiring constant adjustments during the approach and landing phases. The runway at Gisborne Airport is relatively short, measuring 1,310 meters in length. This shorter runway requires precise and controlled landings, especially for larger aircraft. Pilots must ensure that their approach speed and landing rate are carefully managed to land safely within the available runway length. Landing at Gisborne Airport requires a high level of skill and experience. Pilots operating flights to this airport typically undergo specialized training to familiarize themselves with the unique challenges presented by the short runway, coastal winds, and railway crossing. Airlines ensure that their crews are well prepared to handle these conditions, emphasizing safety and precision. The landing of this airport offers breathtaking views of New Zealand's eastern coastline and the Pacific Ocean. The sight of the railway line crossing the runway adds an element of curiosity and excitement. While the approach may feel slightly bumpy due to coastal winds, the skilled handling by experienced pilots ensures a safe and enjoyable landing. Following number 8, Narsarsuaq Airport, Greenland. Ager Narsarsuaq Airport, located in southern Greenland, is known for its stunning Arctic scenery and formidable landing conditions. This small airport, situated in one of the most remote and harsh environments on Earth, presents a unique set of challenges that test the skills and nerve of even the most experienced pilots. Narsarsuaq Airport is located in a remote region of Greenland, far from major cities and typical air traffic routes. The isolation means there are limited options for diversion in case of an emergency, making precise navigation and planning essential. Pilots must be well prepared and equipped to handle unexpected situations, as the nearest alternate airports are hundreds of miles away. The airport is surrounded by rugged mountains, creating a challenging approach path. Pilots must navigate through narrow valleys and hard terrain, often requiring sharp turns and careful altitude management. The proximity of these natural obstacles leaves little room for error, necessitating precise control and situational awareness during the approach and landing phases. Given the remote location and harsh environment, pilots and airport staff must be exceptionally well prepared for emergencies. The airport has limited facilities and resources, making it crucial for pilots to plan thoroughly and ensure they have sufficient fuel, equipment, and contingency plans in place. Formerly number 7, Princess Juliana International Airport. Princess Juliana International Airport, located on the Caribbean island of Saint Martin, is world-renowned for its dramatic and challenging landings. This airport, which serves the Dutch part of the island, offers pilots and passengers an experience unlike any other, combining breathtaking scenery with unique aviation challenges. The runway at Princess Juliana International Airport is relatively short for an international airport, measuring 2,180 meters. This length is sufficient for most commercial aircraft, but it leaves little room for error, especially for larger planes such as the Boeing 747 and Airbus A340. Pilots must land accurately and quickly decelerate to ensure they can stop safely before the runway ends. The island's geography and coastal location contribute to challenging wind conditions. Pilots often have to contend with crosswinds, turbulence, and wind shear during the final approach. The nearby mountains and variable weather patterns can create unpredictable gusts, requiring pilots to make continuous adjustments to maintain the correct flight path. While Princess Juliana International Airport is equipped with modern navigational aids, the approach relies heavily on visual cues due to the surrounding terrain and water. Pilots must use their experience and skill to navigate the final approach accurately. Visual approaches demand a high level of precision and situational awareness. particularly in varying weather conditions. Princess Juliana International Airport offers a different and thrilling landing experience that combines natural beauty with aviation challenges. The low approach over Maho Beach, short runway, turbulent wind conditions, and proximity to brakes require exceptional skill and precision from pilots. Then, number 6, Williams Field, Antarctica. Williams Field is one of the most remote and challenging airports in the world, located on the Ross Ice Shelf in Antarctica. Serving as a critical hub for scientific expeditions and supply missions, this unique airfield presents a range of difficulties that test the skills and endurance of pilots and crew. Antarctica is known for its extreme weather, and Williams Field is no exception. Temperatures can plunge well below freezing, often reaching minus 40 degrees Celsius or lower. These extreme temperatures can affect aircraft performance, making engines, hydraulics, and other systems more prone to malfunctions. The weather in Antarctica is highly unpredictable, with sudden snowstorms, high winds, and whiteout conditions being common. These elements can severely reduce visibility and make navigation exceptionally difficult. Pilots must be prepared for rapid weather changes and be skilled at flying in low visibility conditions. Landing at Williams Field in Antarctica is an extraordinary challenge due to extreme weather conditions, ice runways, isolation, limited infrastructure, and navigational difficulties. The pilots who operate in this environment are among the most skilled and dedicated in the world, trained to manage the unique demands of Antarctic aviation. Thereafter, number 5, Wellington International Airport. Wellington International Airport, located in New Zealand's capital city, is renowned for its stunning coastal approach and formidable landing conditions. The airport's unique geographical location, coupled with unpredictable weather patterns, creates a landing experience that is both exciting and challenging for pilots. The region is famous for its powerful and unpredictable winds. Known as one of the windiest cities in the world, Wellington frequently experiences strong crosswinds that can challenge even the most experienced pilots. These winds can shift rapidly, requiring constant adjustments during the approach and landing phases. The runway at Wellington International Airport is relatively short, measuring just 2,081 meters. This short runway leaves little margin for error, especially for larger aircraft. Pilots must execute precise landings and ensure rapid delay to stop safely before reaching the runway's end. The short length, combined with the often negative wind conditions, demands high levels of skill and accuracy. Additionally, Wellington's weather can be highly variable, with sudden changes in visibility, rain, and wind direction. The airport is often subject to low cloud cover and fog, which can reduce visibility and complicate the approach. Pilots must be adept at flying in diverse weather conditions and prepared to make quick decisions based on real-time weather updates. Wellington International Airport is a prime example of how geography and weather can combine to create a uniquely challenging landing environment. The strong winds, short runway, variable weather, and complex approach path demand exceptional skill and precision from pilots. Despite these difficulties, the airport remains a vital gateway to New Zealand's capital, showcasing the resilience and capability of modern aviation. Upcoming number 4, Matakani Airstrip. Matakani Airstrip in Lesotho, Africa, is one of the most dramatic and challenging landing spots in the world. Settled on a cliff at an elevation of 7,550 feet, this airstrip presents a unique set of challenges that make it a true test of a pilot's skill and nerve. Matakane Airstrip is situated on a cliff edge, with a runway that ends abruptly with a 2,000-foot drop into a valley. This location provides eye-catching views, but also introduces the highest level hazards. The short runway, measuring only 400 meters, requires precise landing and takeoff techniques. Located at a high altitude, the airstrip faces the challenges associated with thin air. The reduced air density at this elevation affects aircraft performance, particularly during takeoff and landing. Engines produce less power, and wings generate less lift, meaning aircraft need a higher speed to become airborne. Next, number 3. Wancho E. Erausquin Airport. Wancho E. Erausquin Airport, located on the Caribbean island of Saba, is infamous for being one of the most challenging airports in the world for pilots. Known for its incredibly short runway and dramatic surroundings, this airport presents unique difficulties that require precision, skill, and nerve. The most significant challenge of Wancho E. Erausquin Airport is its runway length. At just 400 meters, it is the shortest commercial runway in the world. This limited length leaves almost no room for error, making precise speed control and timing crucial. Pilots must approach at the correct speed and descent rate to ensure they can touch down and stop safely within the available distance. The island of Saba is subject to variable and strong winds, which can make the approach to the airport particularly challenging. Crosswinds and sudden gusts can destabilize aircraft during the critical phases of landing and takeoff. Pilots must constantly adjust their controls to counteract these wind effects and maintain a steady approach. The unpredictable nature of the winds requires a high level of skill and experience. Given the short runway and the surrounding terrain, there is minimal room for error correction once a landing attempt has begun. Pilots must be absolutely certain of their approach, as the margin for executing a go-around maneuver is virtually non-existent. The airport is surrounded by mountainous terrain, which complicates the approach path. Pilots must navigate over and around these obstacles while aligning themselves with the short runway. Thereafter, number 2. Paro Airport. Paro Airport, nestled in the breathtaking Paro Valley of Bhutan, is renowned for being one of the most challenging airports in the world for pilots. Surrounded by towering Himalayan peaks reaching heights of over 18,000 feet, this airport demands exceptional skill and precision from aviators due to its unique geographical location and demanding approach procedures. Weather conditions at Paro Airport can be highly variable and unpredictable, posing additional challenges to pilots. Fog, low clouds, and sudden changes in visibility are common, particularly during monsoon season. These weather phenomena can severely impact visibility and require pilots to make split-second decisions based on real-time weather updates. The presence of strong winds and turbulence further complicates the approach and landing process. Paro Airport features a relatively short runway, measuring approximately 1,980 meters in length. This limited runway length imposes constraints on aircraft operations, requiring pilots to carefully manage speed and braking to ensure a safe landing and timely stop. Due to the unique challenges posed by Paro Airport, pilots undergo specialized training and certification to operate into and out of the airport. Bhutanese regulations mandate that only qualified pilots with specific experience and training in mountainous terrain and high-altitude operations are permitted to fly to Paro. Landing at Paro Airport is a remarkable feat that requires meticulous planning, expert navigation skills, and a deep understanding of mountainous aviation. The combination of high-altitude operations, challenging terrain, unpredictable weather, and a short runway makes Paro Airport one of the most difficult airports for pilots to navigate. Finally, number 1. Courchevel International Airport. Courchevel International Airport, located in the French Alps, is renowned for its daunting landing conditions that test the skills of even the most seasoned pilots. Situated at an altitude of 6,588 feet above sea level, this airport is characterized by its short runway, vertical gradient, and challenging terrain. Courchevel Airport is nestled in the heart of the Tarentaise Valley in the French Alps, surrounded by towering mountain peaks. The airport's location on a level creates a unique challenge for pilots, as the runway has a significant gradient with a steep slope of approximately 18.5%. One of the most distinctive features of Courchevel Airport is its short and narrow runway. Measuring just 525 meters in length, the runway is considerably shorter than standard airport runways. This limited length restricts the types of aircraft that can operate at Courchevel. Weather conditions at Courchevel Airport can be highly variable and unpredictable, adding another layer of complexity to landings. The airport is prone to strong winds, turbulence, and sudden changes in visibility, particularly during winter months. Pilots must be prepared to adapt their approach and landing strategies based on real-time weather updates and wind conditions. Given the demanding nature of Courchevel Airport, pilots and airport personnel must be well prepared for emergencies. The remote location and challenging terrain make swift emergency response critical. We are coming to an end here today. Thanks for watching, and for such top listing videos, subscribe to our channel.